All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna start real soon. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. This is much better now.
There we go. Fantastic. I'm glad we fixed it. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of an intro and just to all the people watching. Welcome to the Sachumo live stream. I hope you all uh, are I hope you all enjoyed this opportunity to come out and see what we're gonna be doing. Right now, we're just going to have a little chat. I mean, this has been a long time coming, don't you think?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. A lot of people have wanted us to finally just talk, and you know what? Just why not? We'll just talk. That's what I wanted to do. You know,
yeah.
have some fun. Um, all right, it's hard to read the chat. There is a lot of people watching right now. Oh my god. Okay, I can't even read the chat. Okay. All right. So we're here with the famous Christian, Chris Chan, Christopher, Ricardo, Weston Chandler. you, you have many names.
Hey, everybody.
Uh,
Uh, yeah, that just called my current one, I think.
Christine,
Hey,
yep.
everybody.
Yep. Chat chat is like usual saying some very odd stuff. I can never control them no matter how hard I try, but you know how the internet
Yeah,
is.
yep. It's a little crazy.
Mhm. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know but do know about Christine, I'm the creator of the Christian Weston Chandler documentary that was posted in 2015, I think, when I was around 15, 16. I made it for a high school project. Um, and here we are almost 3 years later.
Yeah, how about that?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the documentary was good, at least the first 55% of it, and then it just kind of ended up being cringeworthy to me. But I feel like with my input and everything, we can make it better, make a
Mm-hmm.
better documentary.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, if I like assembled a crew or something, we if we got some funding, then why not just do an interview for a day or two, and then we go home and I edit something together. But it's nice to finally get to talk to you. I've always
Yeah,
imagined what this would be like, and I never expected it, to be honest, because it's hard to describe. It's like you've only heard about someone, but when you finally meet them, it's different than everything you would expect.
I
You
know.
know?
You're just like we in the mind. You're so happy, you're so excited, but then you start calming down, and realize, oh, it's happening. It's good. It's a good thing. I'm calming down. It's finally happening. Been waiting for this forever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all good and everything.
Yep. Exactly. Like when you meet. Did you ever meet Tara Strong?
No, I haven't had that pleasure yet.
Mm. I was trying to make a maybe a comparison, but when you meet someone you look up to, they're you realize they're people. You don't see them as like these entertainers in the video. You see them as people, which really is an odd experience.
Yeah, actually, we could find a good comparison with that when I met Kelly Sheridan and Kathy Wesseluck at the BronyCon last August.
Mm.
Oh,
I'm.
and when
Mhm.
and I got to listen to Kathy at their panel before getting her to autograph my copy of Sachumo number zero on the inside cover
You got her to
and
autograph it.
having the picture taken. Since her do that, since she voices Spike as well as Mayor and Coco Palmel. Spike loves his comic books.
Mhm. Mhm. I remember watching the show a little bit when I was I think like 13 back in 2011. I watched the first two seasons because you remember when bronies were like the big thing, They were really huge back then in 2011.
Still going on. Bronies and Pegas sisters, all
Hmm.
alike.
Yeah, there's still a lot of them, but I remember like everybody in 2011 was a brony. Everyone. It's a pretty wild time.
Yeah. Fun fact about bronies in Generation 1, My Little Pony, they were introduced in the episode all in one herd. These male ponies coming in, and then they all start saving the day of all the fillies to get possessed by something magical in a deceptive carnival.
Mm. I
So
definitely
that
gotta.
so that should more accurately be where the term bronies come from. That classic G1 episode.
Mhm. Mhm. I think I remember that. Bro, I remember my favorite character was the one with the rainbow tail. Um,
Hmm.
I forgot her name. I know her name has rainbow in it.
Uh,
Uh,
it can't be right. I don't know if it's Rainbow Dash.
that's right. It's Rainbow Dash. That was my
Oh,
favorite character.
well, you're talking about G4. I'm talking G1. So
Oh,
you kind of
G1.
skip.
Yeah. Mm. Well, that's more your era because you were around when being a brony wasn't like the big thing it is now. It was especially before the new show came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was amongst the classics. Born 1982.
Hmm.
Ask
You
Chris if
still
what
got a
his
long way to
favorite
go,
pony
young fella.
episode is.
Yeah, I'm only 19 right now.
Got
Um,
a lot to learn. So much more wisdom to pick up for yourself and share with others.
hmm So what was your favorite the new generation episode? Uh, just out of curiosity, because I think mine was the one where they prepare for winter.
Winter wrap up. Winter wrap up.
Yeah, that one. Mm. What is it? So what's your favorite episode? Because I
Uh,
I gotta check out the series again.
yeah, you gotta catch up. We're just finishing season 7 right now, and the movie just came out earlier this month. The
Hmm.
new movie,
Hmm.
and you got the 4 Equestria Girls movies and the specials and all the music video shorts and other not music video shorts. Aside from that,
Hmm.
you really gotta catch up.
Yeah, I've been
But,
watching Avatar lately. Avatar: The
yeah,
Last Airbender. Have you seen that?
I've heard of Avatar. I haven't really gotten much into it.
Hmm. It's pretty good. I've seen the first season was kind of underwhelming because I guess it was like a kid. It was at that time when you start a pilot or a new show, you can't really push the boundaries of the FCC, especially with kid shows. And then as the series went on, it got a lot better. Right now, I'm on season 3. It's pretty good.
Okay, quite so.
Hmm.
But anyway, my favorite My Little Pony: If My Friendship Is Magic episode. I have a combination. I actually have 2 favorites. My earlier favorite, I'd have to give it to Slice of Life, which is episode 100.
Hmm.
They brought 6 of our favorite background ponies to the spotlight: Derpy and Doctor Who's, and Lyra and Bonbon, and Octavia and Vino. Would you excuse me, sir, a second? My mom wants me.
All
What
right,
is it, Mom? Yes,
I'll
Mom.
read the chat for now. Don't talk about My Little Pony. Oh, we're just talking. I wanna talk about what Chris wants to talk about. It's not about you know it's not about the other stuff. Um.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. My mom was calling down to me.
Mhm.
I had to check on her.
Yeah.
But
How's your mom
anyway,
doing?
yeah, she's okay.
Mhm.
She's going on. Well, she just turned. I keep misremembering.
Mhm.
She just turned 76 earlier this month. But,
76. Wow.
yeah, but anyway, I liked Slice of Life because not only they brought the 6 background ponies, including my favorite Vinyl Scratch
Mhm.
or DJ Quantry, also known. I also like Octavia Melody. I definitely like Derpy Muffins.
Derpy
Derpy,
Hoops.
thy name is Muffins. Yeah, but anyway, that was a good episode.
Yeah.
And I also did like the one that came at brought up in season 7. We finally get introduced to Applejack's parents. Perfect pair. There it is. But my favorite episode, I definitely have to give it to because it relates to me so much
I've been
and
wanting
means a
to do
lot
a
to so
high-quality,
many people.
unabridged
Fame and
animation of the first
misfortune.
issue of Sonichu for a while now.
Interesting. Someone
What does
just
Chris think about that?
someone just asked, they wanted to do a animated series on the first issue of Sonic, or I mean Sonichu. God, it's a tongue twister almost. The yeah. What do you think of what do you think about people making animations? Because I think that would be a good idea. Because Sonichu has a
Yeah,
lot of action that could be, because it's like two franchises that are both pretty awesome, action packed. You got Pokemon and Sonic, and then if you put them together, it would be even like double, double the action.
yeah. Plus, he actually has his own life as expressed ever since over the years from Book Zero.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely would like to see a good animated series of Sanchu.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Eventually, I mean, you can put it on YouTube and have somebody else temporary voice Sanchu, or mm, I guess you could let you could, or I guess if I see the pilot of the animated show and see that it's actually
Mm-hmm.
good to the source material and pull up the heart and love and passion, not just slapdash together like Teen Titans Go.
You don't like that, do you?
I like Teen Titans, but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of agree. It's just not much soul put into the project. It's more like just a bunch of random jokes and gags. It seems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I used to really
Yeah.
like Teen Titans, but I've heard pretty bad things about the new. Can you even call it a reboot? It's more like a butchering of the original
A,
show.
a deboot.
Yeah, a deboot. Uh,
Das Boot.
Das Boot. Yeah.
Das Booted. Ouch. You kicked me in the hiney.
would would you let one second.
Didn't Chris say Sonichu's voice was like Chris?
Uh,
Just
Go
higher
ahead.
pitched, winking
Um
face.
Usually when I go silence because someone ask a super chat question or something. Someone asked, didn't you describe Sonichu's voice as like yours but a little bit higher pitched? Is that true?
Yeah, yeah, I would definitely say quite a bit. For me to voice Sanchu, give me a moment. I would have to get in the character.
Yeah. So you've done this. You've done Sonichu before, like the voice.
Well, at least I've done it in practice. This is me. I'm Sanchu. I zap to the extreme, and I'll zap kill to the extreme if she puts Rosie in the PC box, but she never will because she crushed the Pokemon Rosie was in, but Rosie was out of it. I misspoke on that one, but it's okay. I'm not perfect. I just keep on going. I'm
Hmm.
running. I'm doing good. I'm a good dad to my Roberta, Sarah, and Christine. And they're doing great. And I love my wife so much, even no matter how big she gets. I had the nightmare recently. Well, I had the nightmare years ago, as talked about in the recently
Ask if
released
Christine is a
number
cuck
12 book.
queen.
Mm.
Awesome book. It's our Christine Chandler's love letter to the LGBTQ community, with so much going on from my kids as well. It's a really good book. If you want to see how Sarah and Christine evolved, you definitely want to check out book 11 before that.
Mm. I was see. I can imagine it like that because you're so connected to Sonichu, especially in the comics. You're kind of. It's almost like a soul bond between each other. You know what I mean? And not like a
Yes,
relationship, but like you guys
yeah,
are
psychic
close.
link.
Right, right. And so I would imagine it similar to your voice, but so, I mean, why not voice
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, plus, I just gave you the example. You might want to play that back after having this thing fully recorded and uploaded later. Like,
Mhm.
they assigned you just a moment ago and me normal right now.
Right, right.
Anyway, that's the big difference there. Yes, ever since the beginning, when I came up with Sanchi on the fateful March 17th, 2000, we have become psychically linked between the dimensions
Mhm.
of where where the portion is where
Ask Chris
Quickville
if he will ever
Riverside
watch JoJo's Bizarre
ended
Adventure.
up being more
I want to see
specifically
what Sonic
located
is
in
stand is.
Virginia, the north part, just opposite the southern shore of Maryland.
Hmm. Okay. Someone just asked, have you watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I have heard of it, but I have not watched it.
It's a pretty good series.
I know in Cell Saga parodied JoJo.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I've seen it a little bit. I think it's an alright show, but there's a lot of iterations of it.
Hey, El Palazzo! Not really. Until this world is corrupt, and we must do what we can to seize rule
This
the
day
world
is more
so we can
historic
make
than
it
the
a
fall
whole
of the
lot less
Berlin
corrupt.
Wall.
Are you with me, Etzel? Yes, El Palazzo, I am!
Someone just said that this day is more historic than the fall of the Berlin Wall.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this is something people have talked to me about for a long time. I'm sure people have asked you about it, over the years to watch the movie, but it's gotten almost like a joke now of how much people ask me to get your opinion on it. And when it's finally happened, people don't know what to do with it. They're like, please, we want to hear his reaction. And then once that's over, it doesn't fulminate into anything. Like, they want to hear Christine, they want to hear what you have to think, and it just ends up being, what's the word?
It ends up being you're finally satisfied, but because it's over, you held on to the expectation for such a long time. You lose the expectation because it's done and over with. You're like, eh.
Yeah, exactly, because they expect it to be this momentous thing. We finally get to talk, and what do we talk about? My Little Pony. I mean, why not? It's fun, you know. I don't want to,
Yeah,
interrogate
we're
you.
fine.
Yeah.
We're doing good. This is okay.
Someone asked
Good
me
little.
what my favorite character Sonichu was, and that's a good question. I think I liked Mary Lee Walsh mostly. Just because people have criticized you over the years of kind of interjecting your own personal life into the comic, but I kind of think that's cool because it's in a way it's taking your life and making it this big action adventure, you know? Which
Yes. Plus, we didn't. Plus, when I started the book series, I originally did not have much to go on in the character range. I mean, essentially, when I started book zero, all I had was Sonichu, Roachu, and Blake, and myself,
yeah.
and even Nate Cirque. And yeah, I ended up bringing Slaweel Ryan into the mix, and finally coming up with the differing villain character Count Graduan. The entity and soul that's been trapped in that sphere for many a year. It's encapsulated there by the Cherokees after having been possessing an archaeologist who uncovered the orb when it was uncovered his soul from a different encapsulation when he was in England back during the castle days, and before his soul was put into there after he was beheaded, he was the dark magician. But he could never feel love, and there is a word I learned recently about that, which I'll tell y'all in just a moment. But yeah, he could never feel love, and and all he could feel was
Hat
neutral
Christian
or
and Let's
hatred.
Desidergen Welsh playing for
I mean, he could
Sonichu Comics.
identify love from other people, but it's like he could never feel it for himself. But and of course, he was like, okay, well, if I can't feel love, then nobody else will either. And that's essentially the premise of why the bad guys want to make finding true love and all that illegal in Virginia and worldwide. Typical villainy. Anyway, yes, as I have learned from Super Planet Dolan, their upcoming episode, which I got to see early on Patreon. Apparently, there is a mental condition that, or personality type portion that makes people not be able to experience love. It's called alexithymia.
Mm.
Let me type that up here. Alexithymia.
Alzheimer?
Alexithymia.
I think I have a
Yeah,
friend with that condition. Her name's Margaret. Yeah, that kind of
yeah,
sounds like her.
yeah. But anyway, essentially, it's an inability to identify, express, or understand feelings,
Mhm.
and and sometimes it's associated with a range of psychological orders. Um, though, I mean, just to name a few, they did. But just a note here: Graduan is not autistic. And that's one of the
Mhm.
things there. And it's also associated with depression and schizophrenia.
Right. Um. So it's similar to
So that
autism,
answers,
but different in a
yeah,
way.
yeah. But anyway, that answers the question: what has Graduan been suffering from?
Mhm. Okay.
Back in the 1500s, he was suffering, and up to now, he still suffers from alexithymia.
Hmm. So there's a little backstory for the viewers.
A further backstory detail,
Mhm. See, we're learning things about Sonichu that we never thought
or
we'd learn.
or at least you just learned a bit about Graduan.
Mhm. But
Yeah,
in the, I
so
mean, Sonichu universe.
Danganronpa
yeah, you'll definitely
crossover
learn more
when?
about Graduan when I get to drawing book 14.
Mhm.
After I finish up with my current project, 12-9 special, talk about my OC MLP character, her backstory and everything, Miss Nightstar.
Okay.
She can view and traverse other dimensions, and she has all the psychic powers, but she's still not perfect because between the mental link that she and I shared as well, she suffered from a touch of autism. And
Mm.
there go my dogs barking at something that's happening across the street.
Mhm.
You
Wait.
can probably hear them now.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean,
Hey
that's what
dogs.
dogs do. Mhm. Okay. So, you have cats and dogs? Does that I thought that doesn't, it's the old saying that doesn't mix. Do they get
Uh,
along?
well, they get along fairly well.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have two eagle hounds, three cats inside, and 2 to 3 cats outside.
Hmm. Okay. Um so that's interesting because I've never about the similar to autism because I've always I noticed working in the field I've done a little bit of work with special needs children, and I've noticed that anytime something's like different about someone, they just kind of blanket term them and put them into the autistic spectrum when really that's not always the case. I guess I'm not sure why they do that.
And I don't know why. It's just I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's stereotyping or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just stereotyping, mislabeling. You don't
Ask
want to just
Christopher,
mislabel
Christian,
anybody like
Christine
that.
what
That's
his
not cool.
profab
It's just
Sonic
like
game is and
labeling
thoughts on
somebody
Mania.
as
Mm-hmm.
gay when they were not at the time,
Mm-hmm.
unless something develops where apparently in a way that did become true. I mean, end up being true for me, except I'm a lesbian.
Mm-hmm. So you're a trans lesbian.
Yes,
Is
I'm a lesbian trans woman.
Okay, there we
What do
go.
you call a black priest? Holy shit.
Um okay, one second.
There
I'm
go
I'm
my
just
dog
reading the
again.
chat. So a trans lesbian, that's not very common. Have you met other people like that, or is it just unique to you?
Yeah, I've actually found a transgender support group,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a trans friend at the Pokemon League. Not mentioning her name, but yeah, actually a number of them out of the group, and counting my friend at the league, where they actually still preferred women over men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a personal choice. It has nothing to do with them personally. I mean, we'll still be friends with all genders and colors regardless.
Right.
It's just our internal preference,
Mm-hmm.
our own individual preference.
Mm-hmm. There's no shame in it. I mean, it's 2017. You can be whatever you want. Um, Maybe certain parts of the country will judge you, but those are usually the minorities of the minority opinion. It's not what everyone thinks.
Yep, we're overtaking the popular flow. We are more powerful than we are more powerful than those that oppressed us, which they are the minority.
Help me, I am dying.
Right. So, so okay. Do these not to get any personal information about them, but so do they are they into the things you like, or is it just you hang out because of the similarity that you share?
Um, well, I would say hang out toward cause of similarity, but in general they are good people, and I'm a good person. I keep an open heart
Mm-hmm.
for people that people that I like and care about, and new people. As long as they don't offend and
Yeah.
essentially aren't bad.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you can't help offending people because there's just people that really want to go around getting offended. But if you can, if you can help it, then at least try not to offend people. Because I do that a lot on my channel, but it's mostly just people don't understand. I'm doing it as like a joke. Like I say pretty silly things that are just so out there that it's amazing how people can think that
Ask
I
him if
actually
he
believe
watched
them.
Rick and Morty. Also, Lemma get a shout out.
Yeah, it just
Mm-hmm.
depends. It's always depends on perception, and you'll end up getting mixed responses
Mm-hmm.
in that sense. So it's
Yeah.
just more advisable to be more cautious.
Mm-hmm. See, I've kind of made my with the Christian documentary. I after that I kind of went into more edgy comedy, which really I kind of like doing, but you do get bored of just saying really horrific things all the time because then when you say things enough, they kind of lose their gusto, their value. You know,
Yeah, like the episode of South Park of too many shits.
shits.
They said the word too many times, more
Oh
than a
yeah.
100.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or the one where they had people on Harley Davidsons and they were calling them faggots, and they went all the way to like the Supreme Court and when to like get the word changed. I like
I
you
had
like South Park?
Yeah, I've watched most of the series. I hadn't watched it in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid I hadn't seen that one with the Harleys you just mentioned. That might have been a later season episode.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
I
But
I
mhm.
definitely have heard though that the principal at the school had changed.
Yeah.
There's this like tough dude with glasses now, sunglasses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's called PC Principal. I think that's his name. Uh, yeah, they changed the someone in chat correct me if I'm wrong. They changed the principal to a new person, and he's like muscled out, and he's worried about like new wave issues I think that go on in the country that people worry about now, like offending people and not being racist and things like that. So it's a pretty interesting turn what South Park is making or doing at least. Mm.
yeah.
Definitely a good
Although it
show.
can't, although it still can offend some people.
Yeah, I mean you
Uh,
can't please everyone. I think you know that too. I mean you can try, but you can't make everyone happy. You know.
yeah. You're just better off appreciating the ones that you can make laugh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, reading the chat. It's just
Reading the chat.
yeah. It's just wow. It is just a mess. The chat is always a mess. Talk about offending people. If people want to get offended, read the chat. Oh my god. Oh, this is a good question or just something I've always wondered about. Have you do you know who Oni is from Oni cartoons?
No.
Hmm. He's like an animator who talks about you a lot, or talks about your history more. Because when people say they talk about Chris Chan, I'm doing that in quotes, or Chris Chan, they think like you know that guy in 2011 who wore a striped shirt, but they really don't. They don't see. They don't see the actual you, which is the new, you know, the 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 trans lesbian after the transformation into this woman, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's just because people see it as that's like when they think Christian, they think of that, you know. Do you have any problem with people thinking of you that way?
Um, no, because they might not have been informed about my
Mm,
updates since as early as let's say 2011,
yeah.
and they just need a little update in their noggins, let them know that all this happened,
Mm,
and I am who I am. I still am the person I was, except I'm much happier now.
good. Yeah, I've noticed that. It seems the the more happy you are, the less stuff you do online. Or actually, you know, that's a weird thing. It used to be that way, where when you weren't online as much, you were out doing things and having fun with people. Now it's like you've come to some crossroad where you realize not everyone is out to get you, and there's people like me or Meriwether that all want to, you know, just talk to you and just hear what you have to say and let other people, let my audience know what you have to say.
Yeah, definitely made a difference was BronyCon of this year last August.
Mm,
A lot of people who recognized me, and they were like just since the whole I was met with a whole lot of sincere kindness and love. It was just best weekend ever,
mm-hmm.
and all they wanted to do was talk a little while, have a selfie, share a memory and a moment,
Yeah.
and that's always very well and good. And I appreciate the kindness very much.
Mm-hmm. You gotta find what's that thing Mr. Rogers used to say, in times of heartbreak and tragedy, look for the people who are there to help, because there are in this sea of trolls there are some
Will
good
you ever
people.
go on an Oni Plays
Yeah,
episode?
Mm. Someone just asked me if I would ever go on an Oni Plays episode. Yes, I would. um
I'd have to see what an Oni Plays episode plays out before I can answer that question.
they're kind of like Game Grumps, uh pretty similar.
Oh, Game Grumps.
Yeah. uh I'm gonna post in chat. I'm gonna post your Discord, or not your Discord, your Patreon, so people can go there and give you some money, hopefully. So I'm posting this in the YouTube chat. You can go and give Christine uh Patreon pledges, and you get these pretty cool rewards. For $10 donation, you get a grateful thanks, preview peeks at the individual pages of her book, and before final publication. So pretty much early access work for $10 a month, and $20 a month gets you uh, the early access signed book per month, your name in the credits. That's pretty neat. Now $50 gets you, of course, early access, your name in the credits, 3 autographed Sonichu books. So not only that, but you get 3 comics. And wow, these you got a lot of tiers. All right, there's 2 more. $100 donation will get you 8 autographed Sonichu books, your name in the credits, and early access. Same $500 will get same as before, all Sonichu books up to now available autographed. So you get every Sonichu book if you donate $500 per month. Now,
And more reward and more tiers
mhm,
with more rewards will be added very soon. As soon as we after we develop some more, it's
yeah.
all in the process. And also another thing I should bring up that I don't know if Sachumo got word of yet.
Mhm.
My Redbubble shop. I just sent him the link.
Red Bubble. All right, I'll post that in chat. There we go. A Red Bubble shop. So this is like, what kind of things do you have on here?
We got right now we're doing T-shirts, posters, green cards, stickers, wall art, and more.
Perfect.
Well, currently, right now, with a mix of mostly older and newer photos and pieces, more to be added in the coming months. I'll
Mhm.
be drawing a I'll be drawing a Christmas card or two for that,
Mhm.
and eventually after we find the right people who I've uploaded a video recently how to make a Sachi medallion. How to do that. Find the people who best can do that to manufacture the medallions just on that and be able to sell those. And then same thing for the amiibo figures, Sachi amiibo figures.
Mm. Okay. So that there you
What
go.
I had started a few years ago on Etsy, but then I fell behind. Eventually, we'll catch up. We'll be back up to speed on all that. Gotta
Mhm.
find more people because I'm working. My concentration is back in the book series, so it's
Good.
like can't draw and mold at the same time.
There you go. For fans of Sonichu, more is being made, and I just saw a photo of you holding the, I think, 3 books. It looks like.
Um, if you're talking about my recent tweet, I showed off. Yeah, I got my cop. I got the
Ching
two
Chong
copies
Ring Rong,
of
tell us about your
Sachi
favorite
number 12,
anime,
including the one for
Christine.
myself.
Mm.
For those who did last month increase their pledge to get this get their copies of this book early, we had 3 responses to that. And it's definitely the book of the month for next month. So $20 pledge gets you automatically a copy of book 12. But because normally if you were a new pledge, I would start you at book 0 and book of the month works concerts on the way upward. So the next month you begin book 1, next month book 2, and so forth. And 3 books you begin 0, 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, and so forth.
Mhm. It.
Just it's help bring everybody up to current speed, pretty much.
Mhm. Good.
At least until we can find a way to get these books on the comic book and bookstore shelves
Mhm.
without sabotage.
Right. So that you're really on the up and up because just how I think 2 years ago or no, about 3 years ago there was a fire in your house and now you're turning into an enterprise almost, or at least at the very start of one. So.
Uh, yeah, the house fire was kind of a life changer. I had to do
Mhm.
a lot of the heavy lifting after that happened, and we lost a number of things, but fortunately we were able to keep most everything.
Mhm.
Uh, I feel like really that fortunate because we got boxes occupying a room or two.
Yeah.
We'll get them cleared out eventually.
Eventually, yeah. That's a success story, you know. I mean, not everyone can recover from that. Um.
Yeah. I just kind of feel like also I've been playing. I liked the game Life is Strange, and they released episode 2 for the new Before the Storm game.
Mhm.
And at the end of the episode, spoiler alert, we actually get to go inside Rachel's house
Mm.
and meet her parents, and their house is just clean and organized. Just looking at that, I was like, I remember when
Sachumo,
my
you
house
handsome
used to be
boy.
like that. Used to be that clear and organized, but nowadays
Mhm.
it's quite cluttery.
Yeah. Def. I've. Now you wouldn't consider yourself a hoarder, just a more just cluttered, right? Because I mean I've seen videos of it. It there's a lot of stuff, but it's not like there's nothing there's nothing too bad about it. It's just it can be a little
Yeah,
messy, you know.
yeah. It's not like I've hoarded X X X
Ramooone.
number of
Wipe
vintage
the sonic semen out of
newspapers.
Christine's eyelids.
And I said 4X's. This is put that in the thousands,
Yeah.
like some people did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was definitely thinking of the Back to the Future video game when I thought that. I think that was episode 2, where Marty went the apartment of that old lady who had all the newspapers. Just saying.
Oh
Everyone
wow.
spam Kappa in chat.
Someone named Clyde Cash donated. That's that's pretty bad timing. Wow. Have you heard from any of the old day trolls?
Chat ask about SOBERT's health and
Not
ask if he
very
has
often.
taken him to the vet.
Or at least as far as I know, I tend to mostly ignore most email contacts and spam
Ramon,
text
get this
messages
AIDS
and
yiffing faggot off of the
whatnot. But, I
stream.
mean, I respond to those. I respond to some that respond to multiple messages. Sometimes, now and then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not totally good on responding to every single person because that's too much.
Too much. Last I heard, Liquid Chris was like he was researching like cancer cures or something, and I'm not
If
even
Chris
joking
Chan
about
is
that.
a
There's like,
transgender woman, does that
Hold on,
mean that
someone's
it is
asking
a
a
trap?
question.
Cause that hella gay
I can't answer
for
that. Okay,
someone so against gay PPL.
Okay, but
You're talking about Liquid Chris.
yeah, his name's I think it's like John Duckworth or something. There's a video. Yeah. There's a video online of him talking about how he had bone cancer when he was a child, and that today he researches it. So, there's an update, I guess, on him. If people wanted to know what happened to him, I don't know about any of the other kind of well-known trolls. I have no idea what happened to them, but there's something about Liquid Chris. Did you ever talk to Liquid Chris?
Well, during the time I ended up doing so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ramon, Chris has AIDS.
Pennsylvania.
AIDS.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. That makes sense because I think in the video there was like snow behind him or something. Whatever I was thinking of. Yeah, I see. Really, it's kind of weird how the trolls they come in and then they go and then
I'm sorry,
gone,
Chris,
like
for
that.
the horrible stuff you've had to go through.
Yep.
Someone just said, "I'm sorry, Christine, for the horrible stuff you've had to go through."
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So there are people who do care. I mean, like I said, you just gotta find the good, and if someone wrongs you, then chances are there's 10 more people that want to help you. At least that's what I think, and I'm pretty optimistic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are. Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Interesting. So, okay, someone just asked me a pretty interesting question. What does Chris think of Sachumo? I know you don't know, or I can't assume, but I guess you only know just the documentary. But have you ever heard of me before?
Yeah, not before the documentary. I heard about the documentary actually around when it originally came out.
Yeah.
But as for
you are
you,
the
the
fake
person,
Chris. I am
definitely,
the real one.
After I
He is
listened
tricking
to the
you all.
documentary,
She
I
is a
watched
fat.
it. Where you interviewed your teacher, talked about your grade. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I just saw that teacher a few days ago. He's a pretty good guy. He gave me insight into not see if I were to remake it, knowing what I know now, I would have definitely just kind of put more effort into making it more neutral, because there's just some, it's hard to dance around this, but there's just some things you've done that you've recorded that you've regretted, and me putting those in the documentary really just it was kind of just to do it for other people. But if I really wanted to make something neutral, I wouldn't have put those in there. So I definitely would change a lot. Mm.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, like I was saying, when I think of you, Sachumo, as a person, I see you as a decent, good person.
Thank you, thank you. That means a lot. Because I don't think I could be able to live with myself knowing that I I would have hurt someone, you know, someone impacted someone negatively with more than just words. Because I have no problem with making fun of someone who deserves it, someone who does something horrible. I'll make fun of them on my channel. But as far as you've done, I can't pinpoint anything. Most of it's just reaction to trolls.
Yeah,
Hmm.
thank you.
Hmm. Okay, this interesting,
Next
interesting chat.
question.
Next question. Oh, someone, Meriwether actually messaged me asking what was your favorite anime.
We did not answer that question earlier.
Yeah.
Uh, well, my I definitely like
Hmm.
Sailor Moon, Etso Saga, Steel Angel Kurumi,
Hmm.
and Nana.
Nana.
Yeah, it's the anime where two adult women move into an apartment together. They're both named Nana.
Mm.
It's a very good series. I highly recommend it. Great story.
Well, there you go. Check out Nana. I don't watch very many anime, or very many anime. I don't watch much anime, but why not? It,
Yeah, I don't watch anime, but when I do, I drink I drink Michelopa. I don't know. Well, oh no, it was Dos Equis.
Hmm.
I misremembered the advertisement and I made the joke go wrong. Oh dear.
It's okay. I don't remember that advertisement very well either. It was a pretty. It was a good one though. Louis, pure.
I don't watch many anime, but when I do, I watch what I like.
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
There we go. Uh, so what do you just to kind of throw that question out there because I'm just why not? So what do you do in like what's your daily ritual? What do you do when you wake up?
Uh, well, nowadays I wake up for when I do end up feeling out of bed. I end up hanging out in the bed. I don't smoke, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm waking and baking,
Wait.
but not literally,
Mm-hmm.
because again, I don't smoke, but it's like I wake myself up. I actually get my mind together, do a little meditate, and soon enough after I feel like my brain's fully operational from being asleep for the few hours, I
Mm-hmm.
get out of bed and I get something to eat. I go through what I'm doing for a day, including drawing, writing, or coloring the pages,
Mm-hmm.
or depending on or whatever, depending on how I feel. Um, and days are varying, except for like Thursdays or and Sundays. On Thursday evenings, I go to
Hey
Pokemon
Chris, if you
League,
could go back
and
in
on Sunday
time and
mornings, I
stop
go to
anything from
church.
happening to you, what
But
would?
most of the other
You
days of the week,
change? I would
unless I
stop the
actually am
babysitter
planning on
from
going out
abusing
somewhere,
you.
I usually would stick around at home.
Mm.
And yeah, so then, but yeah, I do get some exercise. I do get some walking in. I get enough exercise in, and I do dinner, do some cooking here at home
Mm.
for my mom and whatnot. And definitely before I hit the hay, I take a shower every night. I
Okay.
take a shower and I put my turby twist on and my PJs and I put on my night shirt and I'm wearing my leggings.
Mm.
Um, I've worn throughout the day or going to wear. I switch them out every other day. And I go to bed. I do this and that. I might play a little solitaire on the phone. I check out a video on YouTube, and I listen to the binaural beats to further my transformation to womanhood and help increase my mental capabilities.
Mm-hmm. Your transformation into womanhood.
Yeah,
So
because
it's continuing. It's not already done.
it's continuing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in transition. But
Okay.
it's like when I'm fully transformed or had the operation, which I'm hoping the transformation does happen first. Binaural beats one happen in good ways, and then you gotta have faith. It just depends on how much time. It just depends how much time you have available to you.
Mm.
And I believe, and I do have faith in the binaural beats and the transformation. I have seen really positive results on that.
Binaural beats. I've
Yeah,
never heard that. What is a
yeah,
binaural beat?
yeah. Binaural beats. There are different frequencies that go one ear and one go in the other. Earbuds are recommended. They meet in the middle of your head and then they go into your body from your brain to make the effect happen.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a good number of things like you can develop your psychic skills, among which you could even change your eye color, and definitely things for male to female or female to male transformation on the subliminal frequency hypnosis wizard by Narrow Beats channel on YouTube.
Mm. It can change your eye color. So, but hasn't that already happened to you? Because you have
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but that was a different occasion.
Yeah.
In my freshman year of high school, I had pink eye in my right eye, and I was prescribed the eye drops to get the pink eye out, and something in the medication changed the pigment in my right eye,
Really.
so it's more green than the original blue it was.
Mm-hmm. So it can make you or it can transform you slowly into a woman, but it can also give you psychic powers. Is
Yeah, there's a whole number of different
mm-hmm.
binaural beats frequencies that does each one. It does each if that's yeah, it's best to go to the channel I just mentioned, the SFHWBB Subliminal Frequency Hypnosis Wizard Binaural Beats channel on YouTube.
Check that out. So you do you have psychic powers?
I actually did have I have realized and found that I did have psychic powers throughout my lifetime. Everybody has at least a little bit of psychic power when they're born, and if they are blessed to have tremendous psychic power after they're born, then that's a big wowie unicorn rarity there.
Mm-hmm. So it can like amplify them, not give them to you, but make them refined, I
Yeah,
guess, better.
yeah, refined,
Mm-hmm.
stronger. Yeah, but of course you have to practice them yourself, and I definitely would recommend looking at books for developing your psychic skills
Mm-hmm.
alongside with that, so you can better understand how how to use them from your own to make objects move with your mind with your aura.
Mm-hmm. So
That's the pretty much the gist of that.
interesting. So you're not you're slightly psychic is what you're saying. So you can't move things. So what can you do? Like what are the extent of your psychic abilities?
Well, I've actually been able to see into the future and into the past. At least in my dreams, I've had many a deja vu moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, deja vu, the sensation of doing something that you feel like you have done before.
Right. So like you get visions saying, "Wait, I remember doing this, except it didn't
Yeah,
happen yet."
yeah,
Mm-hmm. It's interesting.
yeah.
So can it work?
And
Can the binaural beat or not to interrupt, but can the binaural beats work in the opposite direction? Can a woman become a man?
Yeah, that like I just mentioned, there are frequencies for male to female and female to male transformations.
Interesting. Interesting. So, how long does it take for the full transformation?
Uh, well, depend. It's definitely one that you want to have patience and belief in,
Mm-hmm.
full belief in, before going to keep an open mind,
Yeah.
literally in that sense. It can take up to about 6 months to about a year on the more extreme things like full woman transformation. But my first interpretation I got actually worked out for me. I increased my breast size from B to D in less than a month
In a
on
month.
binaural beats. Yeah,
That's pretty crazy. I mean, um, plastic surgeons giving them a run for their money because that's a lot of women would pay for that typically.
yeah.
So you,
This wasn't wholly natural.
mm-hmm. Wow. I see. I didn't know about this. I would assume it would take about 18 years because that's how long it takes for a woman to develop. So I would guess it would take 18 in the other direction, but in a year, that's pretty fast. You know.
Yep.
So but you're also taking hormone treatment, right?
Yes, I am on the
Mm.
hormone replacement therapy and taking the estradiol and spironolactone. And you know how I remember it's spironolactone? I remember Spyro the Dragon.
Mm. There you go. So how has it affected you?
It's affected me in the right direction
Mm-hmm.
because I definitely was a female soul when I throughout my life, and this passion makes me feel more generally myself.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the testosterone and those kind of things that stereotypically would define a male.
Right.
That not all of that was me.
Mm-hmm.
And even like I go into talking about how the Robbie Sani who came out as a lesbian trans woman herself,
Mm-hmm.
figured herself out as she grew up. She couldn't understand the fascination of boys liking these death, explosions, and all
Yeah.
these crazy things, destructive.
Yeah. Boys are typically not. They're not elegant or have finesse like a lot of women do. So I mean,
Right?
so you feel more you with the hormone treatment.
Yes.
It feels like yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you've had gender dysphoria, which I'm sure you know what that means, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You may say I did have gender dysphoria.
Mm-hmm. Well, everyone who
No.
transitions, they have it at some point, you know, because you're
Yeah.
questioning, is this who I am? Am I really do I really want to be a woman or do I really want to be a man? It just kind of it turns into a big debate in your head, and it can really affect people negatively.
Well, this was definitely a debate in my head that was an easy win because
Mm-hmm.
throughout my lifetime, I actually had inclinations of wanting to be a woman, including like I'd like to be, I look at myself in the mirror and I could pull my female self out, or like just switch places with, or swap bodies with her,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had all those thoughts before and everything, and it was all well good, and definitely made me realize for the better my eventual
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
thoughts.
People in the chat are they're criticizing me for not. Pe- See, this was never an interview, and people want an interview. There's already one with Merriweather. We're just
This is
just chatting.
yeah, we're just chatting. What's an
It
interview? An
honestly
interview
thought
is
Chris
a
Chan if
discussion
he was a
or
little bit
chat,
cuter and less
and
Yeah.
that's what we
tubby.
are doing.
Mhm.
This is a chat type interview.
Mhm. Uh, yeah, I mean, there's really only because people just want me to say some horrific shit to you. Honestly, they want me to
We're
just.
not gonna we're not gonna allow horrific shit.
There you go. Uh, my friend wants to know what's your favorite food. What kind
I
of
like
what kind of stuff do you like?
I like typical things. My favorite thing I would like to cook is I like making macaroni and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
my favorite fruit I really like apples.
Apples.
And yeah, and I'll drink sweet tea, and I find the best combination to make an Arnold Palmer, which is a combination of lemonade and sweet tea,
Mm-hmm.
is over at McDonald's between their Minute Maid light lemonade, 1 part that, and then 3 parts McDonald's sweet tea. That's the best combination.
Mm. Good
And then
insider
my
tips.
favorite, ice cream is mint chocolate chip.
That's my. I'm not gonna lie. That's my favorite too. Mint chocolate chips, pretty good.
Yep, I like minty things.
Mm-hmm.
Mint is really good.
You ever try mint tea?
Hmm. I do believe I have tried mint tea. It was good.
Mm-hmm. I do like it very much. I. Whoa! Someone just
It's a
said.
it's a minty
Oh.
mint tea.
Someone just said I use pee as a substitute for the lemonade. That's just silly. Eh,
Uh, what's wrong with you?
yeah. uh,
Eep.
what- not sure. Will Sonichu ever fight Cold Steel? Is someone's asking that? Who's Cold Steel the Hedgehog?
Ramon, get me a 9 iron to remove
I have
this
never
boring,
heard this Cold
retarded
Steel
freak
the
show's
Hedgehog.
hat.
Mm-hmm. Someone's already asking this. We talked about this. Barbara's in good health. She's fine. She just
Yes.
just had a birthday. There's nothing to worry about. As far from what I can tell. I mean,
Right.
you know her better.
Yes.
Hmm.
Any more questions you want us to talk about in our chat?
Yeah. All right, chat. Just ask away because I gotta go do something in a bit, and we don't want to go on too long. We just want to give you this little chat. We maybe might do war. Why not?
Yeah. Maybe we'll do this again. I'll tell you what, we can schedule this again because I should get going myself. I gotta make dinner for my mom.
Yeah.
And me. All right, so yeah, this has been good, and thank you everybody for joining us. And next time, if we decide to do another chat between Sachumo and I, he'll let you know.
Yeah, why
And
not?
we'll have it set before then. Yes.
It was fun. It was nice.
All right.
People wanted this forever. Well, here it is. We're just talking. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so everybody have a great, safe day. Be kind to everybody. Sincere kindness gets you more popularity with everybody, not hatred and harassment.
There you go.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There she goes. That was real interesting. I'm gonna go into my Discord's chatting area because we have there's a few people in here, and I'm just gonna see what they have to say.
Oh, this
Hey there,
guy's
guys.
man.
So,
Oh my
Hey
god.
Christine,
Hey,
I'd honestly
Satch.
love if you followed me on Twitter. It's at Twiblord.
thank you for the donations, guys. These really helped me out. I will be uploading this on my channel, but let's first hear some opinions on people in Discord.
Why is this
All right.
over so quick?
All right.
I demanded the unlit man.
What happened?
Yo.
All right. I'm
Oh,
live
wow.
streaming right now, guys. So, okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
what happened?
Lit. Oh my gosh.
So what
So,
did you guys
Sachumo.
think? Yes, ask me.
That
I
was
thought
good.
it was great.
Yeah,
That was
I
amazing.
love-
That was an experience.
Oh wait, hang on. What happened? Why is this stream over so quick?
It was only an hour. Just because I asked Christine. I said, can you just come on for an hour? Let's just have fun. That's about it.
I
Oh my
woke up like
God.
3 minutes after the stream announcement, and I
Oh.
opened my phone, and the notification was streaming with Chris Chan. I was like, what? I didn't have any
Yeah, I had to
forewarning,
see
so
that
I was
shit.
like,
For a moment,
shit,
they
I'm
thought
sorry.
like,
Yeah.
holy crap, maybe he actually kind of changed himself. They started talking about superpowers.
Yeah, that was pretty
Binaural beats.
interesting. I'm not sure.
Dude,
Not sure where
what?
that's
I
from.
tweeted at Oni.
Hmm?
Tweeted at Oni.
Tweeted
That's
at
what-
Oni.
Yeah, what happened to the Cursey Hami-Ha?
The
See if
Cursey
he'll go on
Homie,
Oni
that's a good
Plays.
question. All right, I'm gonna. That was a chat's opinion. It's too many people. You can't do anything. Thank you all for watching so much. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for the donations. And goodbye. We'll do this again sometime, hopefully. And I will do an actual interview with Chris Chan one day, but it will be on camera. So that's the reason why I wasn't getting at the important details and stuff, because I just wanted to talk to him. But I was gonna do it without live streaming it. But I just, why not? You know. So you guys get to see it. There's, what else do you want? But like I said, I will interview him. So bye bye. Have a fantastic day.